Today we're outside Blackpool in Poulton-Le-Fylde at Carleton Cemetery and Crematorium. I've come to have a look at some famous graves in the memorial, so come along and have a look and we'll see who we can find. There's one famous Blackpool one that basically is not well known but very famous, so not enough recognition. So let's go and take a look. Come across here is basically you got your map, so it's going to be easier for me to find because I want to go over to art, I want to go to GG as well, so that's two places definite. And here as well you got the burials at Later Cemetery, which we've already done a couple there. So, and yes, Robert Baker's staff built the central pier, and also what's the people at Carleton Cemetery and also Carleton Crematorium. So yeah, there's some information for you. I found Bernadette Nolan's grave. So precious memories of Bernadette Therese Nolan, 17th of October 1960 to July 4th 2013. Loved and adored by family and friends, the most wonderful mother in the world. To Erin, cherished by her husband Steve, who lit up our lives. Bernie, we'll love you for eternity. Beautiful girl. United with our daughter Kate, born the 4th of May 1998. So Bernadette was one of the Nolan Sisters. She was formerly the lead vocalist of the group Nolans. She was an Irish actress, singer and television personality. She was the second youngest of the sisters of Anne, Denise, Maureen, Linda and Colleen. From the age of 2, Bernie was brought up in Blackpool. She's appeared on Brookside, The Bill, but yes, such sad times. In April 2010 it was announced that she was suffering from breast cancer. In October she had stated that she was cancer free after undergoing chemotherapy and mastectomy. February 2012 she announced that she was no longer taking cancer treatment drugs and was completely free of cancer. At the end of October 2012 Nolan announced that the cancer had returned and it got to her brain, lungs, liver and bones. So she died in sleep in Surrey at her home on 4th of July 2013 at age 52. Her funeral was actually held at the Grand Theatre in Blackpool, where she was actually buried here at Carleton Crematorium. Her ashes were then buried alongside those of her stillborn daughter. So yeah, such a shame. Young life. plenty of singles, as you know, from the Nolans. But yeah. So that's Bernadette Nolan, which was known as Bernie Nolan. This is Rosebed 64. Yeah, a famous Blackpool clown. His ashes is here in this rose bed. Of course, he's known as Cairoli, the famous clown from the Tower Circus. He died on the 17th of February 1980. He was an English-Italian clown, impressionist and musician. So yeah, he was actually born in Italy to a travelling circus family with French origin. He began his performing career at the age of 7 under the name Carleton. He appeared on, basically he actually attended a special performance in Munich, and it was actually attended by Adolf Hitler in 1939 at the Circus Chrome. In September, when the Second World War broke out, Cairoli was performing at the Blackpool Tower Circus for the first time. In response to the news of the war, he walked to the end of the North Pier in Blackpool and threw the watch into the Irish Sea. He chose to stay in the town where he lived for the rest of his life. He appeared in a crime drama film called Secret People in 1952. He performed his clown act on the American television variety show, The Ed Sullivan Show, David Nixon's comedy Bandbox. He also appeared in the American television variety show ABC The Hollywood Palace twice in 1966. Cairoli was distinguished in his act by wearing a red nose and also a Charlie Chaplin-like bowler hat, and the eyebrows and the costume and the moustache slightly larger than Chaplin's, but he was subject of This Is Your Life in 1970 when he was surprised by Eamon Andrews at the London's Wembley Arena. He performed at Blackpool Tower Circus every summer season for 40 years, a world record for the most performances at a single venue. Out season, he also performed on stage in variety shows and pantomime, including the Grand Theatre in Leeds and Bradford. His appearance in Jack of the Beanstalk in 1972 was the most successful pantomime at Leeds City Varieties, and later that year he brought Christmas shopping to a standstill as he led hundreds of youngsters through the streets of Leeds and herded them to the city Varieties, where he gave special shows to 600 invited children. In June 1979, ill health forced his withdrawal from the circus tower ring, and he was admitted to hospital suffering from exhaustion. He finally announced his retirement in November of that year. He was 69. He got Lifetime Achievement Award from the World's Fair Circus newspaper. It was presented to his widow, Violetta, by ventriloquist Keith Harris in the presence of television personality Jeremy Beadle. Cairoli had 3 children with his wife Violetta. He died peacefully in his sleep at his home, 1929. Cairoli had 3 children with his wife Violetta. He died peacefully in his home. 5 days later, he was cremated at Carleton Crematorium in Poulton-Le-Fylde, where he's cremated at Rosebed 64. And there you go. And this is... Apparently his son Charlie Cairoli Jr. adapted the role of his father that his father made famous, although performing more cabaret and pantomime rather than the circus. And his wife died in Blackpool on 16th November 2002. So yeah, that's Charlie Cairoli, the famous Blackpool clown. And like I said, I don't think he has much recognition compared to a lot of people from Blackpool. His statue was originally in Stanley Park. They had a memorial statue for him, but of course vandals got to it and now it's in the tower. If you have a look on my tower video, there is it is on there. So look at the Blackpool Tower video, it is on there. So that's Charlie Cairoli, the famous Blackpool Tower Circus clown. So this is Rosebend 18, and this is basically where actor John Comer from Last of Summer Rain. So he played the cafe owner Sid. He passed away in February 11th, 1984. He played a taxi driver, Mr. Brittles, in Coronation Street. He played Wilf Jones in Emmerdale Farm as Ernie Shuttleworth. Les Brandon in I Didn't Know You Cared. Yeah, in 1959 the Bolton brothers cast John and Tony Comer in the film I'm Alright Jack, in which they starred alongside Peter Sellers and Richard Attenborough as the trade union shop stewards. He gained a recurring role in 1973 as the primary supporting role of Sid in the new BBC sitcom Last of Summer Wine. He also starred a long-running advertising campaign for homebrew beer in 1977. He appeared as Bill Maley in the BBC series Murder Most English. Comer appeared in the episode of All Creatures Great and Small entitled The Name of the Game in 1978. He had quite a few film roles as well. Wuthering Heights, Mr. Forbush and the Penguins, There's a Girl in My Suit, and then of course television roles. He started off in Coronation Street in 1962 to 1963. Then Pardon the Expression, The Avengers, Nearest to Bless's House, Emmerdale Farm, as I've mentioned. So yeah, there's quite a few roles he's had. He actually died of throat cancer in 1984 at the age of 59. The disease had so affected his voice that in his final television appearances cafe owner Sid in the last of the Summer White Christmas episode, getting Sam home, his lines had to be dubbed by another actor. So, but yeah, this is Rosebed number 18. This is Rosebed 12, and this is where Bernadette Carson's ashes are. She's also got a tablet which I'll show you as well. Basically, Violet Carson's was better known as Ina Sharples in Coronation Street. So she was the one who always wore the hairnet. But yeah, she was an actress, singer and pianist. She was born in Ancoats in Lancashire. She had a radio and theatre career. She joined BBC Radio in Manchester, singing a range of material from comic, musical, horse-style songs to light operatic areas. That was in 1935. She began a show called Songs at the Piano, and a regular member of the Children's Hour on the BBC Home Service. She was also a star of nursery sing-song from Manchester, in which she frequently sang with producer Trevor Hill, many years her junior. Like I said, she's best known for Ina Sharples. She played the role from 1960 to 1980. In 1962, she was named ITV Personality of the Year for her portrayal of Ina. So, yeah. She lived in a bungalow in Bitsam with her sister Nellie, and refused to make any public appearances after her retirement. So she actually came out with Violet Carson Sings and Plays for You on the Columbian label in 1961, and then she later recorded the album Stars on Sunday, Miss Violet Carson, for a New York label. Yeah, Violet Carson died of heart failure on Boxing Day 1983 at the age of 85. She was cremated in a private ceremony here at Carleton Crematorium. So she left also 193,190 in her will, with bequests including the Grand Theatre Trust in Blackpool, the Sharp Street Rag School in Manchester, for whom she was former president, and Friends of the Manchester Cathedral. So yeah. She was made Officer of the Order of the British Empire in 1965 as well. And she also had a wax statue of her that was held in Madame Tussauds in London and Blackpool. And she switched on the Blackpool illuminations in 1961. And she has a blue pack outside the Granada Film Studios in Manchester, where she filmed the majority of her work in Sharples. So yeah, like I said, she was known as the she was grumpy woman. So, but yeah, I'll show you a plaque now as well, so you can take a look. I found it here. And it's in section T. In there. There we go. So God bless Violet Helen Carson, OBE, born 1st of 1898, died 26th of July 1983. So yeah, there's a tablet. I found 20 melodies back here. He was known as Anthony John Melody, and he died 26th of June 2008. He was also known for Last of Summer Rain as well. He was known for loads, the sitcom, the Clever Kids. He was a decorator on the Rover's Return in Coronation Street as well. Steptoe and Son, yeah, loads. Played in Last of Summer Rain. He made his appearance in Emmerdale in 1998, this time as the farmer Jed Elthwaite. In 2000 he made a 4th appearance on Coronation Street as the MC at the ballroom dance competition in Blackpool, which the characters of Norris Cole and Vera Duckworth were entered into. He also appeared in the television drama film Shipman in 2002 as well. He appeared in the drama A Good Thief as Alfie, as well as television advertising campaign for McDonald's. His last television appearance was 2003 on The Last of Summer Rain. He died in his home, in a nursing home, sorry, at the age of 85 from cancer. So yeah, he's got a lot of TV roles to his name, and even films. So I do apologise for this wind. It's like I got trees as well, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. So yeah, that's Tony Melody, and that was Carleton Cemetery and Crematorium. Hope you enjoyed this video and learnt a bit about the people that famous people that passed away. So I said I do apologise for any sound of the wind, because like I said, you could see the wind. That's where we were. And it's just surrounded by trees. So, but yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.